lovelies, it's the goddess here with your May love readings for you guys. I've had a very intense April. I know I probably say that every month, but this month has honestly been the hardest month I've had in the whole year. It's actually my birthday actually is in April. Haven't even had time to celebrate it. I've been so insanely busy. Got a new job, and to get that job I had to go through a lot of training and tests and courses to get that job, but I was successful in everything, so that's exciting. I got approved for a business program that I'll be starting soon, and the main thing that I'm so excited about is me and my partner have been going through a legal battle for the last 8 months that has finally ended in our favor, so we can put that behind us and just move forward. And so, I mean, it's been a really rough April, but every time I did a reading for myself, I kept being told that I was going to have abundance, that things would be ending well in my favor, and just to trust and to keep my head up high. And so with you guys as well, I want to encourage you to do that in the month of May as well, because this reading in particular, I asked the divine to help me deliver a reading that would be for your highest good. And so I really dove in deep to see what your past was in your love relationships and connections, what blockages you have that are holding you back from being successful in love, and what's in the cards for you guys as far as love in May. And so there will be some challenging messages, but it is what you need to hear. And what's beautiful about the tarot is that it's only the current energy, so it can be subject to change based off of your choices. So if you heed my warnings and you heed the messages are coming through and really take the advice, you really can turn your life around. And that's why I love doing readings for you guys. So I have 4 piles for you. I have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Please take the time to really meditate on which picture really resonates with you. That will be the reading for you. If you need to pause the video, you can, if you need more time, and I will see you at your pile. Alright, pile 1, if you chose this beautiful card here, this is your reading. So from the Tarot Sexual Magic, I have the 2 of Cups in reverse, I have the 5 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. From the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot, I have the 5 of Rage and the 5 of Torment. From the Enchanted Maps Oracle, I have Golden Palace. For Moonology, I have New Moon. And from the Halloween Oracle, I have the Owl. Switch those a little bit. And then I have Consider Your Foundation. I have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. I have the Tower and the Knave of Wands. From the Arcanum Tarot, I have the 5 of Wands in reverse. I have the 6 of Swords and the Fool. What fortune's coming to you in regards to love in May? We have the Chariot. From Romance Angels, we have Passion and we have Separation. Separation and Passion here. We have Cassette and Mirror. These are messages from your angels, and this is your door of opportunity for love in May. And then I will get to this towards the end as well. Okay. So pile 1. Alright, so this right here, this energy right here is your past. So what you've experienced in love, in relationships in the past. This is what's blocking you. This is what you need to know that you're not seeing. This is more advice for you. This is what's ahead for you in May. And this is what you need to, if you follow the advice, this will be what is ahead for you. Okay? So, what we can see here, alright, so 2 of Cups, right? So the 2 of Cups in reverse. This is an ideal card. The 2 of Cups is the ideal card to get in a love reading, right? It's one of the most beautiful, wholesome cards. Represents 2 people just happily in a mutual, fulfilling relationship. when it's in reverse, and this is what's happened to you in the past, can take what resonates, because this is a general reading, so there may be different things that resonate to different people. But generally, the Two of Cups in reverse, what this is telling me, that in your past relationships and your past romantic endeavors, you've experienced broken promises, lack of collaboration, lack of affection, partners that have an ability to have a really deep relationship or just closed off to love. And this perhaps could be why you're mirroring this. We have mirror there. Why are you reflecting that as well? Because you've been hurt, right? And so there's a battle within you, because part of you is closed off to love and not wanting to have something, or fearful, not wanting to have something really deep and meaningful because there's a fear. So it's easier to have a meaningless relationship, maybe just based off of sex, or just be single. You know, that way you can avoid getting hurt. We have the Five of Pentacles here, which in the traditional tarot is the hopeless card. It represents, in the traditional tarot, you see a beggar standing out in the cold. In this particular tarot sexual magic deck, it actually, what it says in a little booklet, it actually says, don't give up on transforming the world to your ideals. The world is home to our love. And so really, what I took from this card here, and I'm, looking at all these cards as a whole in the reading, but what I took from this, this couple here, yeah, they're in a beautiful, loving embrace, but they are hidden. They are hidden in the world, There's other cards in this deck where people just are out, even in the bush, doing what they want, but these two seem to be kind of hidden away, and that's why I feel that your heart is, because then you also have the Ace of Wands as well, where there's that new beginning, right? Because the aces are always about new beginnings, that new passion, and about that union of just, losing yourself into this fiery passion. And so it can unite into something that can develop into something bigger. And so this is what you're conflicted with, right? Because what's blocking you is the Five of Rage, which represents the Five of Wands, right? And then also the Five of Torment. And you have so many fives in this reading. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Wands twice, the Five of Torment, which represents the Five of Swords. So that's already 4 cards right there with the 5. Then we have 23 here. It's in reverse, but that adds up to 5. We have 50 over there, which is 50, which also adds up to 5. 5 represents change. And the Tower represents change. The Fool is a new beginning. So there's a theme here about change. And that's really what this reading is telling you, that in order to really have a fulfilling relationship, in order to really be successful in your love life, there needs to be a change. And so I'm going to get into further what that change is. But this is also saying, the Five of Rage, I feel like this is internal. This internal battle within you that wants fulfilling love, but then hold yourself back because of it. The Five of Torment, I'm going to show you this, and this is a bit hard because I had to tape that because my boyfriend spilled tea on it. But if you can look at this, you can see this person sinking in the sand, right? And their hands are actually bound. And the Five of Torment, Five of Swords, it represents someone that cheats their way to the top, that won unfairly. And that's exactly what this card is representing. You can see there's like a man here. Looks like he has like a ray gun. There's a man here too, sitting on these rocks. Looks like he's being ascended there. And here's this poor person sinking, right? It's unfair because this person can't even get out because their hands are tied, and they didn't really have proper footing as well. And that could be how you're feeling as well. It's like, why is it that everyone around me is having these fulfilling relationships and I just can't get it right? It just feels unfair. So this is what you're not seeing, okay? This is what you need to know that you're not seeing. So the Golden Palace. So it says here, When this card is in reverse, because that's where how you got it, it says, let go of your tight hold on what you believe security should look like. Now is the time to conserve your energy and count your blessings. Resist the pull to become miserly. There will be enough money, love, that's what we're talking about, love, youth, food, and shelter to go around. A mindset of fear and a lack will shut off the flow of true abundance. Trust in the tides because the flow always returns from the ebb. Chop wood, carry water, as the Chinese proverb says. Practice faith and the treasure will be revealed. In fact, you'll find it in plain sight. Okay? So, you're feeling that, like I said, it's like you're playing it safe, right? You know, if I don't give too much of my heart, I'll be safe, right? Either if I just stay single or if I do date, I'm not going to take it too serious. I'm not going to give too much of my heart, you know, because that's playing it safe, right? But the truth of the matter is that when you really love someone, you have to be, in order to have that Two of Cups energy, in order to really have a fulfilling relationship, you have to be vulnerable. You have to take that risk, because the saying goes, you know, to love someone is allowing them and giving them the power to hurt you, but trusting them not to. And so there's that always that risk when you really fall in love and have that relationship that's deep and meaningful. There's that potential of being hurt. That's just the reality of it. And so but it also has that beautiful fulfillment of having love, you know? And the thing is, you have love coming to you. You have the Chariot. And if you don't play your cards right, it can come into a disaster. Okay? So this is what's ahead for you in May. Okay? So that's what you're not seeing. This is what's ahead for you in May. But don't worry. I mean, these aren't really the best, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So that shows imbalance, right? There's an imbalance in a connection. And so whether you are talking to someone or just having a fling or maybe just have a crush on someone, there's going to be imbalance here. And then there's going to be this tower moment. You're trying so hard to guard your heart, but you're going to wind up being hurt. Because I see you as this man here, right? With his heart. He's pointing to his heart, how broken he is, and he feels betrayed. Okay? And then here's the Knave of Wands. And what this card actually says here, in the little booklet, what it actually says here is not to... Well, actually what it says is look beyond appearances to see the essence of feelings. And it says do not judge by eccentricities as being unreliable. So basically, don't judge a book by its cover. There could be more to this person than you actually initially are seeing. And I think that's why there's this tower moment, right? Because the tower moment, the tower essentially is a building that crumbles down because the foundation wasn't strong enough, and so it was just destined to fall down eventually, right? Because it was weak, it was unstable. And you know, you're trying to play it safe, right? And here, this one's interesting too, the Six of Pentacles, because this really stood out to me, right? So she's cutting these apples, but see how her foot's bleeding there? And there's a knife there, and I don't know, when I'm shaving sometimes, like I'm a little bit too quick and savage, and I wind up nicking my ankle or something, and then it just bleeds and it doesn't stop. And that's what it reminded me of, is being a little bit, you know, careless, you know, careless with love, and thinking that you're playing it safe, but then you wind up getting hurt. And it's a mirror, right? Because if you're trying to play it safe and you really like someone, but you don't want to let on that you care about them as much, you want to be vulnerable, and then that person takes it the wrong way and thinks, oh, well, they're not really into me, I'll just go on to the next person, you know, well, sorry to say, but it's kind of your fault. It's like Beyonce says, you should put a ring on it if you wanted it, right? You know, you gotta be authentic. You gotta be, if you feel for someone, you gotta let them know, and let them, you know, don't, if you're going to try to play it safe, you're one going to get hurt, like I said. And this is a general reading, so whether this is someone you're talking to, a crush, or someone that you're even, you know, trying to just have a little fling with, and you start developing feelings and trying to keep, act cold when you really aren't, it's going to wind up hurting you, and it's going to create this tower moment. But how you can not have this situation happen is by, first of all, letting go of that inner battle, right? Because the Five of Wands reverse represents that. The Six of Swords, this is shows these two here traveling to calmer waters, right? So they're letting go of their past and they're moving to a brighter future. That's what that represents. And then the Fool, this is about the new beginning, right? So we have the new moon here, a new start is coming, and then we have the Fool. And the Fool, yeah, he's taking risk. I mean, look how close he is to the edge. He could just fall right off, But he also has very little baggage. He's not taking the baggage of the past with him. And so this new beginning really wants to come for you in love. You don't have to have this repeating of the past. And you really have to let that go in order to have a fulfilling, loving relationship and connection that you desire. Because I know you desire it, right? You wouldn't be on this reading if you didn't desire it, for one. And two, this reading is telling me that you want change with all these fives. And I can see there's an inner battle within you, okay? And so that's why I see like this separation, that that's kind of obvious right now. You're single. That's why you're in this reading. And then this is advice, right? Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay, so I'm going to read Moonology here, where it says the new moon. And the new moon is all about opportunity and new beginnings. And so it says, there is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. The situation you're asking about is blessed and you're on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way. Be that on a new or better course or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle now. This is a time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you ask about has become toxic, either that will clear up now or something totally new and fresh is on its way. Okay, so that's just reiterating what I've been telling you. And then on top of that, you have the Chariot, right? And so that's the fortune that's coming to you in May in regards to love. You got the Chariot out of all cards. That's the victory card. So this reading is saying, you're going to have victory in love. It says here, now is a good time for singles to meet a strong, successful, ambitious new lover, right? That's what May is bringing to you. This is your time. This is your time to have a new beginning. This is all positive, right? You're being asked to be that fool, all right? And the Fool in the tarot is actually, it represents the first card in the deck, 0, right? It's the new beginning. It's embarking on a new journey, letting go of the old, right? Not playing this cassette, outdated thinking, right? Playing events over and over in your head. You're not going to go anywhere if you keep doing that, right? What does Einstein say? An idiot keeps doing the same thing and expects a different result, right? You need to do something different to have something different, okay? So we have here the owl. So this talks about, the owl, this represents wisdom. This is the animal of wisdom. And so what the owl is telling you here in this reading is to considered action is warranted. Think before you act emotionally and ensure you think strategically, not impulsively, And so, yeah, because you're kind of just, that's why this happens, right? Being a little bit careless and not thinking. Part of you is overthinking. That's why you're doing this. But you're not going to expect that tower, And yeah, it's like, did you not think that someone you care about and pretending you care less about them, that they're going to walk away, And so just be mindful as well. That's what I'm getting from the owl. And funny enough, I was talking about foundations. So consider your foundation. Look how committed you are to love. And so what this says here is love means committing without guarantees. What I was saying, right? In love, we are ourselves completely in the hope it will be lasting. Love is an act of faith. Surround yourself with love and know that your life will be better for it. Strong relationships and love can come from friendship. For lasting love, support those you treasure and be a genuine friend. So your relationship are based on affection, common values, and shared respect. Take things slow. It is important not to rush. Release any fear you have about love. If a person brings out the best in you and you and them, things are on the right track. A couple embraces as they look at a charming cottage. Here, I'll show you, because this is what this card's saying. So it says, a couple embraces as they look at a charming cottage. We see the couple from the back, and this indicates you may not have the full picture. Might as well we have the owl there, right? However, there is no need to push or control what is unfolding. The candles and the tree branches bring light and positive blessings to you. So there's a lot of positivity for you in regards to love in May. As long as you don't keep repeating the same old energy, right? So these are some guidance from your angels, and actually I'm going to show you. So this is your door of opportunity for love in May. It says secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. So this little poem is encouraging you to be the fool, and that's your door of opportunity in love. If you can be the fool, that's going to give you the chariot. That's going to give you the new moon. You know, that's going to bring the passion. That's going to open up the door, literally open up the door to the opportunity of actually a true fulfilling love. Okay? And so these are some messages from your angels. It's quite sweet. You got 2 prayers that you can pray to them. So this one here is, Dear guardian angel, to you I pray. When I'm fearful, help me remember that only love is real. When I'm lost, help me find my way. When I'm confused, help me to regain clarity. When I feel lonely, help me feel your loving presence. Where I perceive chaos, please help me see the order. Thank you. So that's a prayer that you can pray to your angels. And here's another one. Dear guardian angel, help me to believe that all is possible through love. Help me to manifest my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. Help me to feel God's presence in every moment. Help me feel eternally loved. Thank you for always being by my side. So that's quite sweet. And then finally, this is the card you chose. Beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Okay, so again, you know, we had the mirror here, right? Mirroring each other. Self-image, relationships reflect our wounds and introspection. So what this is, you know, a warning here is reflect what you want back. Okay, so if deep down you want a loving, fulfilling relationship, be loving, you know, that like attracts like, and also, you know, that mentality as well of having a positive mind frame and really just, like I said, becoming that fool and embarking on that new journey. All right, so pile 1, this is your reading. If it's resonate with you, help out my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I wish you the best. I love you all, and take care. All right, pile 2. If you chose this card here with the heart with the wings, this is your reading. So from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, I have the Star, I have Judgment, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot. From the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot, I have the Siren of Torment, I have the Villain of Torment. From the Enchanted Mask Oracle, I have Home in reverse, Cardinal Moon, and Lovers. I have 8 of Wands in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the 8 of Swords, and the Fool. Appreciate the moment. Like attracts like. It's one of my favorite phrases. It's one of my favorite cards in this deck, the Skull of Lights. Glad you got that. From Romance Angels, make the effort worth waiting for. We have butterfly and girl talk. This is your door of opportunity for love in May, which I'll get to at the end. You have some messages from your angels, and you got an extra love card, which I will also read along with this one at the end of your reading. Okay. So my pile 2. Alright, so like I said in my intro here, this is the past energy. This is what's blocking you. This is what you're not seeing that you need to know. This is advice and messages from the source that you need to hear, and this is what's ahead for you in May as far as regards to love. Please remember also that, as I also said before, that the tarot with readings, this is the current energy, and it can be subject to change based off your decisions. This is what is happening as of now. But that's why you're here. That's why I do this, so I can help guide you on the right path. Okay, so from this reading, I like to point out that you have 8 a couple of times here. 8 is a number of strength. It's actually strength card in the tarot. It's number 8, so it's interesting how you got that as well. I do believe you're being called to have a lot of inner strength and go through a phase of healing. But as we have here, this is your past energy, what you've gone through in the past. So we have the Star, which is generally a good card to have. And then we have Judgment, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and the Chariot. So with the Star, so this is the past, right? You were kind of just, allowing yourself to get lost in love, right? I mean, if you look at this man here, he's just in bliss, while this woman is like pouring this cup of water, which represents emotions on him, right? And so it's just being, lost in love. That's what it represents in this particular deck here. Then we have Judgment, and I can see this as, this is kind of comes like as a sudden to you, right? And so, it really didn't, you're just having fun and having this blissful moment and having this ecstasy and all that, and without realizing you got tied up. And there could have been a child, take what resonates. It could have been a child in this connection, might have fallen pregnant, but you got tied up. And then here's the Knight of Cups, which, represents, when it's in reverse, represents unrequited love, possibly an unfaithful lover as well. And then you have the Chariot here, which is this, in this particular deck, normally a Chariot is a positive card, but in this particular deck, this guy is being sneaky. So basically, what it actually says here is he's faking a retreat to do a surprise attack. Okay, so he has his bulls here that are just waiting, and he's waiting for her to sleep, so he can be sneak. And so this is what you've gone through in the past, right? And so you've been hurt. I can see that, And so that's why you're coming from this energy here. Now the Siren of Torment and the Villain of Torment, this is sword energy. It has to do with the mind. And so these two like playing mind games. That's the reality of it. And so whether you're aware of it or not, it's playing these little games so you can have the control. And also what's interesting to me here too is you see this little kid here. Actually, I'm going to show you this card up close because I like reading intuitively. Right, so you look at this card up close. See, it's like this child has these 2 adults in his little grasps, right? But it's really, it's a very immature energy, because real love isn't about control. Real love is about, true love is actually allowing that person to be free. When they say, if you love them, let them go. Love is freeing. Real love is freeing. Love is not, true love is not being tied up. It's not being bound. It's not being controlled. And I feel from this reading that you try to control the situation. And like I said, whether you realize it or not, there's these mind games that go on in trying to control the relationship or the connection, and that's what has been blocking you from love. And it's out of fear, you know, because you've been hurt before and you don't want to be hurt again, so you're trying to have the control so you're not getting hurt. So we have home here in reverse, so I'm going to read this to you, what it says here. And I'll show it to you actually too. So you can take a look at it here. You can see what it looks like. It's like this, it's actually a pretty cool home here with all this vegetation growing. What it says here, because it came out in reverse, if you don't feel at home, it's time to do a thorough and fearless inventory. What are you hiding from? Are you afraid of being yourself? Do you feel that you don't belong where you are? What if you chose another path? Does your understanding of home perhaps dictate that such a place must be unsafe, unstable, or unfulfilling? It is time to love yourself and create a new sense of safety and security within. You might have chosen a situation that is familiar and led you back to the original source of your pain. No matter, because this is an important, powerful invitation to a new you. Say no to the pain of the past. Say no to the voice of your inner critic. No to those who want to dim your light to make themselves brighter. Choose a new home. Take refuge in knowing that beauty and true sense of belonging lies ahead. Okay? So, I love that for you. The Fool also represents a new beginning. It's the first card in the tarot deck. It represents embarking on a new energy, and it's also that healthy child energy as well, which I'm glad that you got that. And, you know, we have here, be bold and make the first move. Cardinal Moon. And so what that says here, it says now is the time to be bold. Okay? Make the first move, it says. Bossy, even. Take matters into your own hands. So we're talking about a healthy sense of control. So not coming from a place of fear, but coming from a place of inner empowerment. That's what the number 8 represents, right? Inner strength, inner empowerment. It says, cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and greatly organized. Drawing this card strongly suggests you're going to need to be all those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive, instead take an assertive stance. As you steer events where you want them to go, speak up for what you want. If you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way to step as a leader. And how I'm seeing this is, you know, not playing these games, right? Because what's ahead for in May? We have the 8 of Wands, which normally, you know, that's the action card. That's when things are going, but it's in reverse. So this is a love reading, right? And so that love that you want to, the action to come, it's at a stalemate. It's not moving, right? And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and this is more games, right? It's like the chase, like, ooh, I'm a tease, you know? I'm going to show a little bit of skin here. I'm going to tease you. And then we have the 8 of Swords, which that's, you know, that's the entrapment of the mind, pretty much. That's what that card represents. And here, you know, we have a couple here. They're in this loving embrace, but then there's a sword hidden here. It's like, okay, you know, yeah, I'm gonna give you my love, but at any moment I could stab you. I have that sword here, just in case, you know, just in case you're gonna do to me what he did to me in the past, right? But there's this Fool here as well. There's this new journey, and so I feel that you're tired of this. You're not really wanting this anymore. You want to have that innocent, childlike new beginning, right? Because that's what's happened before, and so I feel that you really want that change. The butterfly is about change. It's about change and transformation. It says here, relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, right? Healing, you know, the child coming from, a child is wowed by life, you know, they see the world through innocent eyes, and you're being asked to be like that child, to view the world how you did before you were hurt, you know? That way you can have that beautiful love that you really deep down want. And you can take your time with it. This doesn't have to be now in May, because there's not, I mean, you have the lovers there, but that actually represents, you know, it says there are two paths ahead, be true to yourself. So be true to yourself. You know, have that inner strength, be bold and have that inner strength, make the first move if you want to. But you also can be single if you want, you know. It says girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. And when you really love yourself, that's how you attract love into your life. When you love yourself, it's so much easier for people to love you. So I wouldn't even worry about love. You know, get out of that Eight of Swords energy. Let it come to you. And let go of that control as well. We have appreciate the moment, which is also, you know, living in the present. Like I said, every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love, and then like attracts like. He's basically saying what I just said. If you long for more love, then be more loving, right? And then we have the Skull of Light. This is one of my favorite cards. I'm going to read what it says in the booklet here for you. It's about shine the light on your darkness so you can grow. I love that card. It says, we can stay in the dark, exist only in the midnight hours, but shining the torch, the victory is ours. As the famous psychotherapist Jung suggested, knowing our own darkness helps us cope with the darkness of others. Taking the time to know thyself and seek understanding of our more destructive or shadow nature can lead to huge happiness and less anxiety. The idea being shown the way is the most difficult of times, and always knowing that we are never alone in the darkness. The keys to the magical element. Light is usually a comforting thing, yet sometimes we do not really want to see the boogeyman under the bed. It is too scary, too big, and we know not how to defeat it. Yet, by simply shining the torch upon such darkness, the victory is ours. Should the Skull of Light enter your life, know that it is time to open yourself fully to the clarity of bright illumination. Allow yourself to be seen and to see and to act upon what is shown to you. The time is past for hiding, for pretending, and for swallowing our discomfort by accepting the status quo when it really doesn't suit us, okay? So this reading is really emphasizing for you to be true to yourself. It's actually really emphasizing to come from a place of self-love, to really have that inner strength, and coming from a place of self-love. Then you won't worry about playing these mind games and you know, this fear of being hurt, you know, like, don't even worry about any of that. You're not going to attract that. If you come from a high vibrational energy, this is not going to come to you. That's what this reading is saying. This is not going to come to you. You have a choice. You can embark on a new journey and change, you know, transform, or you can repeat the past. There's two paths ahead of you. That's what the Lovers is saying. I'm going to read that to you as well. But it says here, says the Lover's card can represent a strong sexual connection. Passionate encounters are red hot. Temptation and affairs are likely where is a crack in the relationship. This may result in a love triangle that causes much inner conflict and heartache. Many will question current relationships that are not as perfect as they would like, causing much uncertainties in which path to take. Some may be questioning if there is a future in a relationship or feeling that there is someone else to meet. Others will make a love commitment. Perfect harmony is attainable for most. So this is a general reading, for one. But two, what this is saying is that you pave your own path. Like attracts like, right? You have this is the fortune that is coming to you in May, is that you're going to have a choice. You know, you could have a passionate love affair, you could meet someone that could blossom into something, or you can have repeated of the same past. Again, choice is yours, right? That's what this reading is saying here. But I do believe you do want to change. You do want to embark on a new journey. You want to be the Fool, right? And the Fool as well, you know, he is just taking a risk in love. He's not jumping into anything. You know, it's a young energy. It's about being open to new love, but not taking it too seriously. And that's really how you should start out anyway, if you're going to have a connection. You know, like I said, you know, appreciate the moment, live in the moment. says, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take, right? So have patience with it. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And then your door of opportunity, patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Messages from your angels here. We have balance. Difference is a necessary part of human evolution, and everything in life is compromised of opposites, which together make life whole. If you light a candle in a room already flooded with light, the light of your candle will be indistinguishable from the light that already exists. Because of darkness, we're able to perceive the light. Both are necessary. So I love how you have the skull illumination, and then you have this about the balance. It speaks about the importance of the dark and light and why it's essential in our lives, right? Because why I love the symbolism of the lotus flower is because, and why it's such a big symbolism in Buddhism as well, is because you have this beautiful flower that is able to grow and blossom in these murky, dark waters. And the truth of it is, this may have hurt you, right? But it was meant to strengthen you so you can learn from it. Learn what you want out of a relationship and what you don't want. And so take it as that, take it as a life lesson, and really embrace the dark times that have happened in your life, and don't let them wound you and destroy you, but rise above it and have it strengthen you. That's what I feel that your angels are wanting you to know. And then here we have conflict. Feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should do. And so that's getting out of that Eight of Swords energy as well. And like I was saying, come from a place of self-love. Just be authentically you. Whatever it is, whatever you love doing, writing, singing, dancing, playing soccer, reading tarot. A lot of my family wouldn't agree with me doing this. I don't care. This is what brings me joy. Just do what makes you happy, and just really be at home with yourself, right? And so finally here, this is the card that you pulled. It says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and memories you have shared with those you love, right? And that's so true. That's beautiful. I love that. And then here we have, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Oh my God, that's exactly what I was saying. So yeah, this is your reading, pile 2. You have a path, you have choices to make, right? And so I'm just shedding the light on what's up for you in May. So pile 2, this is your reading. If it resonates with you, please help out my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I really wish you the best. I love you all, and take care. Alright, pile 3, if you chose this card here, this is your reading. So from the Tarot Sexual Magic, I have the Six of Swords, I have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Chalices. In the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot, I have the Nine of Torment, the 8, so that's in the Major Arcana, so that's just Strength, Caged Beast. We have One Ring Circus in reverse. We have Fire. This is awesome. You got Fire, and then you got the Phoenix. The Phoenix actually goes through the fire to be transformed. And then we have Surrender to the Divine Full Moon. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Three of Cups, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have Eternal Love. Spend quality time together. Deception. Unrequited Love. Coffin. The Snake Clock. These are messages from your angels, which I'll get to towards the end. This is your door of opportunity for love in May. And of course the card that you chose, which I'll read at the end for you. Okay. Pile 3. So right here is your past energy. This is what's blocking you from love in the moment. This is what you need to know that you're not seeing. This is more advice, a little bit more of the past energy as well. This is what's ahead for you in May. Okay, and remember, as I like reminding you guys, this is just the current energy. It can be subject to change based off of the choices you make. This is what will go on or continue on if you keep going on the same path, but this is why you're here at this reading, and this is why I do what I do, to help you guide you on the right path. So this is cool. 666. Sixes represent, I know that's like supposedly 666, the number of like the Antichrist or whatever, but what I was trying to point out actually is 6 is actually the number of love, and you got that 3 times, and so I feel that you really want love in your life, to the point where it's actually destructive. That's what I can see in this reading, but I'll get into it further for you. And remember, I'm always here to speak my truth and for your highest good, so I'm always going to be honest with you. So past energy, we have the 6 of Swords here. This is quite awesome. I mean, this is being adventurous, and adventurous with love. It possibly also represents jumping into a relationship, not being quite cautious, because you're just out in the wilderness, pretty much, not being very discreet, so not being very cautious with their love. 6 of Wands here. This is, you know, passion, the game of the chase, the thrill of it. This is a healthy chase, though. This isn't really like mind games, because it is upright. But you can see that she's a bit teasing him, but it's a bit of a healthy tease, so I'm not, you know, alarmed by that. And then we have the 6 of Cups, which here, this represents focusing on past memories and exes as well. And so what's holding you back is these night terrors, right? This reminiscing on the past and the things that didn't go right. We have deception and unrequited love here as well. So in the past you were deceived. Again, you know, it's a general reading, so take what resonates. But I can see that for majority of you were deceived, or both, you know, had unrequited love, you know, where you were giving your heart and that love was not reciprocated. You could have possibly gone through, some of you may have recently gone through a breakup as well. We have Coffin here, endings, new beginnings, growth, liberation, transition. Then we have the Phoenix as well, which represents, you know, a new beginning. And could be possibly why you are really wanting to have that love, because when we go through a breakup, especially if it's been like a long-term relationship, we kind of go through that rebound phase, you know, where we want that love that we had again, and we jump into sometimes relationships and connections too soon. That's being reflected here with the Knight of Wands here in reverse, is being a bit, you know, wanting that passionate, that passion. And then also, you know, the Knight of Swords as well. He doesn't really, the Knight of Swords, when it's in reverse, he acts impulsively, right? He doesn't think things thoroughly. And so I can see that in May that you're a bit jumping too much, jumping too soon into a connection, or wanting to jump too soon into a connection, and that's actually what's blocking you. And you actually need to take a step back and come from a place of love, and there's self-love. Come from a place of self-love and actually do the healing, so you're ready for the right kind of connection, and it will come to you. There's more cards that are gonna reiterate what I'm saying, but we have here the Strength, the Caged Beast. This is a shadow deck, so when you get this Strength card, it actually means the Strength in reverse. And so basically, you know, it's self-doubt, it's seeing the world as lacking, it's living in fear, you know, and lack of confidence, you know. It's like you have this beautiful beast, this raging animal, you know, that wants, that it's Leo energy, pretty much your Strength card, right? It's having like that self-confidence and being in control of your life, all that is caged within, you know, and wanting to be released, but it's all caged in, and what's caging it is your anxieties, your worries, you know. That's what's blocking you from having, you know, this fulfilling relationship, or a fulfilling relationship, and for being successful in love, really. And what you need to know, what you're not seeing, we have here the one ring circus, and so it's in reverse. So what it says here, it says, if you think the sun won't rise, then it's time to change. Perhaps you believe no one will be there to help you, or you expect that you have to do all the work, emotionally or otherwise. So this is, you know, reiterating the 9 of torment, you know, coming from that negative mind frame, right? It says here, yes, this is a fear-based idea that only serves to alienate you from others by taking away their right to participate. Receiving the one ring circus card may indicate misuse of power. Give it up, let go of need to control how the wind blows, and let others play their part. You don't need to be invincible, have all the answers, or be the savior. Things will get done if you step out of your own way. Yet another meaning of this card suggests that someone else may be trying to control you. This needs to be addressed. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. This is a wonderful step to independence. Consider the example of 2 trees planted side by side, sharing the sunlight equally, neither overshadowing the other. And so what this is saying is that take what resonates, right? Because this is a general reading. But what the one ring circus in reverse is saying is that some of you may be wanting to do it all, and some of you may be expecting someone else to do it all for you. You know, so take whichever resonates with you, whichever one you are. But basically, you know, a true relationship isn't unrequited, right? A true relationship is a give and take. It's symbiotic, right? It's a give and take. There needs to be balance in the connection. And if you're because I do feel in this reading that you're really craving love and wanting that connection to the point where you're self-sabotaging it. And so some of you may be giving too much and wanting to just throw all this affection at, you know, the person that's, you know, on your mind right now, the person that has your affection right now, and it's not balanced. And then some of you may be thinking, well, I've been hurt, now you got to do all the work, you know. So either way, it's not healthy, and it's actually blocking you from having an actual fulfilling relationship. What's ahead of you for you in May? Like I said, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now we have the 3 of Cups, which is cool. You know, this is this is the fun card. So there will be some fun going on in May. There will be some partying, some depending on what you want. You could have intimate encounters, you know, even the start of a relationship. You know, the 3 of Cups is an invitation to love, pretty much. But the thing is, what is alarming is you have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands in reverse. And so the Knight of Swords in reverse, that is, you know, being impatient, you know, with love. Like I said, you know, not letting it blossom the way it's supposed to, trying to kind of force it to what you want it to be, and that's not healthy. And then, you know, the Knight of Wands in reverse, you know, ideally you want this stuff right, because it's, you know, loving not out of fear but of freedom. But because it came out in reverse, it's, you know, being in a connection because of fear, you know, not of freedom, you know, but in chains, you know. And that's not the energy you want to be in, you know. That's something you just need to realize, because there is promise of something really beautiful that wants to come out, right? Because you have the fire and then you have the phoenix, right? And so the pain that you've gone through, it's the fire, and you are the phoenix. And the phoenix needs to go through the fire so it can rise above the ashes. What you've gone through has meant to strengthen you. It wasn't meant to get you all stressed out and worried and locked up in a cage. And so you're really being encouraged to really just to go through that healing, you know, and really embark on a new journey that really wants to come to you. Okay, so I'll read the fire and the phoenix for you, what it says here. It says, because this is the fortune that's coming to you in May in regards to love. And the fire, it says here, fire is about renewal and purification. Just as a bush or forest fire destroys old growth and makes way for a time of rejuvenation and new growth. This card is all about a new path for you, but it also asks you to let go of the past. Lackluster relationships or situations that have been swept under the carpet may finally come to an end. There could be emotional upheavals as you do this, and you may find it difficult to relax. Know that there will be a new life to come. Okay? So it says, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. My little light came off there, sorry. And it also says, you know, now's the time to stop walking on eggshells and communicate openly, right? Because what's going to happen if you keep holding things in, it's just going to burst out. Then we have the phoenix, which this says, the immortal phoenix rises from the ashes and is reborn to magnificence. Could you be experienced or just have experienced a major crisis, such as a breakup of an important relationship, a failed business project, a job loss, academic failure, or the death of someone close to you which has left you devastated? The phoenix will basically renew you. You'll be released from this past. It says, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. So I did mention before about breakup, because we did have the coffin there, which represents, you know, an ending. This also, even though this eternal death, this also reminds me of death as well, because you have these two skeletons here. And so for my POW 3, you, like I said, take what resonates. It could be a breakup, or it could just be some crisis that's making you long, really long for love, you know, and being a bit hasty in getting that love. You know, like it could be a job that you've lost as well. It could be maybe even, heaven forbid, you know, a death of someone, but you're very vulnerable at this moment. And this reading is saying to really heal yourself and take time. Take the time you need to heal before you jump into a relationship, because it's not going to be a pleasant experience if you don't do that. We've spent quality time together, so that's also telling me, you know, to really take the time to get to know the person before really jumping into something. Spend that quality time. Test them a little bit, even if you need to. It says here, eternal love. So this says here, love is love is love. It's funny, there's 3 love cards there, right? It says, and it transcends physical death. When your body leaves us and our souls are above, our possessions no longer, nothing remains but the intertwining of love. And that's true. You know, our loved ones exist in our memories, and love is eternal, right? And so that love that family member or that significant other may have given you, it always transcends. You know, when they pass on. It says, all of us are a product of millennia of love. Our parents, our ancestors by blood and ritual all have some way created the DNA that weaves throughout our bodies. Love, in fact, power, life, and death. While most of us first encounter death in our lives, we experience grieving too, and in some ways the feeling could be described as an absence of love, and the absence of that person or being. The kind of love that is often shared between family members, friends, and lovers, separated only by physical death, is the kind that poets wax lyrical about, that is truly eternal and transcends death. It's true. And that's what I was trying to say earlier and reiterate earlier, is that real love, it does surpass death. You know, it's a frequency that will stay within you, you know, through those memories. Should you choose this card, you're being reminded that love is the most powerful force in the universe. It is more powerful than death itself. Love lingers, it leaves its own legacy, and we should be aware of this every day that we live. For those that are ready for and desiring of a partner, it also indicates that a significant love is close at hand and to be ready to open up to this new experience. And so love does want to come to you. That I can see. But you do have to go through this renewal first and really, come from that place of self-love. Because we have surrender to the divine, right? And so that says here, it says, the very word climates all sorts of ideas and images to mind, okay? But really it's the feeling of the card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Well, we had that fire as well there, that fire card. Turn your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. And it says here you may need to forgive someone to release negative energy as well. So, if someone's hurt you as well, it's time to release that so you can have love enter your life. So here we have, it says here, takes clock, need time, take time, in time cycles, time to heal. So you need to heal to progress. It's a big theme in this reading. The messages from your angels, we have believe. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There is nothing to fear. You're constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible. And that's so true, right? We have guilt. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you failed to do. From your soul's perspective, there is neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you. Expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace even greater fears of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. And so that's just encouraging you to just really love yourself and to get out of that Nine of Swords energy of those night terrors, that anxiety, to get out of that energy and really just trust the divine, because it says surrender to the divine, but then we also have trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. The timing, not yours, but the universe is at play. So this is also saying not only to trust in divine timing and to trust in the universe, but to give it time, to give yourself time to really heal so you can really be ready and wholesome for that relationship. Because ideally, you don't want two broken people together. You want one whole person being with another whole person and then connecting and having union, two whole people having union, so you can really create something beautiful. Because if you have a broken person with a whole person or two broken people together, it's just gonna cause a disaster and it's gonna be this crazy wildfire, right? And then finally we have only time will tell. So that's really, really, really just emphasizing take the time to heal before you jump into something. Alright, so pile 3, this is your reading. If it resonated with you, please help out my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I wish you all the best. I love you all and take care. Alright, pile 4, if you chose this card with this dove on it, this is your reading. So from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, I have the Nine of Swords, I have the King of Cups in reverse, and the Emperor in reverse. From the the Dark Night of the Soul Tarot, I have the Two of Rage, I have the Villain of Decay. From the Enchanted Maps Oracle, I have Coming Apart, Night Song, and I have Flowers here. I have the Knave of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and the King of Pentacles in reverse. So a lot of earth energy here. I have the High Priestess. It's from the Arcanum of Tarot, the Emperor. I have Miracles and Blessing. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node, Full Moon in Cancer. Have New Love. Have Playfulness. Wedding. This could be the one. You can see that it's cutting off a little bit there. Okay, we'll put that there. This could be the one. The wedding here. We have Self-Indulgence. Ascending. This is your door of opportunity in May, which I'll get to towards the end. Some messages from your angels. And of course, your card as well that you chose, which I will read at the end. Okay. So pile 4. This is your past energy. This is what's ahead in May. In regards to love, this is what's holding you back. This is what you need to know that you're not seeing. Here are more messages from the divine, messages you need to hear. This is the advice that you need to take in order to be successful in love. And also some more messages and also what's going on in May as well in regards to love. So the Knight of Swords. In the traditional tarot, it's the anxiety card, it's the overthinking card, it's the Night Terror card. In this particular deck, it represents taking distance in order to restore harmony. And of course, this is past energy, but we can see that, yeah, if you look up close here, she's a bit resistant, you know. It's like she wants to give in, but not quite. We have, that's not too bad of an energy, because normally it is a bad negative energy, but here it's taking distance to restore harmony, so it's not too bad. But what's more alarming is these two. You know, we have the King of Cups in reverse and the Emperor in reverse, and those aren't cards you want to have in reverse. The King of Cups, when he's in reverse, it represents, you know, being stifling and heartless, and even to the point of sabotaging love by, yeah, but it's pretty much self-sabotaging love. And the Emperor, you know, it's being too rigid and not flexible, and so you know, being set in the ways, you know, and not really being open to love when it comes out in reverse. Not being in control of your love life as well. And so this is the past energy. And then we have what's blocking you. So we have the Two of Rage and the Villain of Decay. So the Two of Rage, it represents the Two of Wands. And so that is more about mutual attraction and mutual passion. But in this particular deck, because it's a shadow deck, it's like when things start getting too hot, you run. As we have Fire Escape. And really, you know, it's what's causing your love life to be stagnant, because we have the Villain of Decay there, which represents the Knight of Pentacles, but in reverse. And so the Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving energy, but it is stable. But in this deck, you know, Villain of Decay, it's not just slow, it's dead to the point where it's rotting, you know, it's so dead. You know, that's the reality of what's going on with your love life. I know you're single and you're hearing this reading, but I'm going to help you clarify everything to see how we can move past this. Then we have coming apart, and it's in reverse, so I'm going to read this to you. So what it says here, it says, a situation is unraveling and your best plans are leading you into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret, you will learn something valuable that you need later when faced with a more dangerous situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. So what it's saying here is that, you know, you are trying to escape the fire, but you're running into a maze. You know, that's what you're not seeing. And it's because out of all the readings, pile 4, you actually have love coming into your life. You have a soulmate that's actually coming back into your life, because it actually says you've already, well, yeah, this could be the one, right? And then we have new love as well. And so what I feel in this reading is that that you actually have somebody coming into your life, you know, that this could be the one. And I feel this really is a soulmate, because we have the High Priestess and the Emperor. And so this is someone that you will have a deep soul connection with, even a psychic connection with. That's what the High Priestess represents. And then the Emperor, this is your divine counterpart. You have the Emperor twice as well in this reading. And so you're trying to run from love, but you cannot run from this. You can't. You know, you just gotta face it, because this is a soulmate connection. This is someone that you have a soul contract with, and you can't run from it. You have a contract, you know. And like, it could be someone that you know already, could be a friend. You know, this is a general reading, so there are different scenarios. But what's clear is definitely a soulmate that's coming into your life that you have a soul contract with, and it's divinely orchestrated. But yeah, like, out of all the pile, you actually have some love being sparked in May for you. And it could be a new person as well that you haven't even met. But yeah, I mean, look what it says here. We have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So what's interesting is that could be a friend, could be an ex, you know, could be someone you're meeting as well. But this is potential of, you know, a wedding in the future. You know, we have a new person has stirred romantic feelings, right? So it could be someone you know, or like someone you're going to meet in May. Playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So that's quite sweet. And that's really what you got to do. You got to get out of that 9 of Swords energy, which I know in this deck it doesn't necessarily mean like anxiety, but you're still kind of keeping your distance because you want to have harmony, and it's just gonna, when you're trying to escape, you're just gonna run into a maze, pretty much. What's happening for you in May, there's this seduction here, right? The Knave of Pentacles is very slow. It's creeping up like wine. You know, when you drink wine, you know, you slowly get intoxicated. That's what that's representing here. But then, you know, there's the 8, not in Pentacles in reverse, not really wanting to put into the work in the connection. And then, you know, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, which, again, you know, it's stopping the progression, and it's because you're wanting to run, because it's getting too hot and heavy. You know, it's getting too hot and heavy. You want to run, and you can't run from this. That's the thing. Like I said, this is divine counterpart. It's your divine counterpart. This is a soul connection here, and it's really beautiful. So you don't have to be fearful of it. The fortune that you have in love, you got the flowers, and you also got the night song. So I'm gonna read this to you. So the night song, you got that card, that cute bird there. It says here, ruby red birds singing in the darkness, full of sound, like an unopened present ribbon still abound. A bird singing at night is an unusual occurrence, and those birds are known as singers of the darkness, are almost always considered sacred or frightening. From the operatic nightingale through the hooting howl, hearing a bird that you cannot see weaving its magic through the night sky has captivated humans for millennia. In the past, at Halloween time, because this is the Halloween Oracle deck, a night that veiled
between the worlds was said to be at its thinnest. These night birds were considered either omens or messengers of the gods. Depending on the culture, their voices were perceived as good luck and a positive validation, or alternatively a warning about continuing on a certain pathway. In some mythology, the night bird was able to direct us towards discovering our talents and true purpose, a kind of guide in the darkness leading us to the dawn. Should this beautiful but shy bird sing to you by appearing to your divination, know that you must unwrap the present of yourself. Look, some of the gifts within you remain unopened. This time has come to step into your true potential and claim all possibilities for yourself. There's no more time to waste, no more excuses. So, this is quite sweet. And what it's saying is that, for one, this is the time where you really just gotta blossom, right? Because there's so many hidden talents that you have yet to really discover within yourself and really explore and really just expand. But also, there's a messenger here as well. These birds are messengers, and they're guiding you because you're trying to escape, right? You're heading towards a maze, but you have these beautiful little birds that are trying to guide you to the light, to the right direction, so you don't get tangled up in this maze, okay? So that's what I'm saying, that there's some guidance and help here for you. And, it's also the Emperor. By embodying that energy, I love the Emperor because he is one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck, because he is a true master of his life. He's mastered all the elements. He has mastered the air, fire, water, and the pentacle energy as well, earth, and so he's stable. He is collective with his emotions, he has that passionate drive, and he also, has the right mindset as well. He's an emperor that leads by example. He also knows the importance of leading by the example, and he isn't a tyrant either. He's someone that will listen to the people underneath him and take their advice, and also looks out for their best interests as well. He's a very fair, just leader. And so by embodying the Emperor energy, you're really going to take control of your life and take control of your love life. A lot of that comes with that confidence as well. Not running from the fire, but really facing it and extinguishing it, right? Because you could run from the fire, but the place is coming up in flames. You actually gotta take the fire extinguisher and put out the fire so it doesn't go crazy and burn everything, right? So then we have flowers, and so that's the fortune that's coming to you in May in regards to love. It says here, this card is about abundance and being grateful for what you have. Spend time outdoors in the garden or park and appreciate the beauty of the flowers around you. Give some to a friend, partner, or colleague in appreciation. Flowers often represent beauty. Appearances are of the utmost importance at the moment to give yourself a long-awaited color change or haircut and get some trendy new gear. Be positive. Your future will be filled with much happiness and pure joy. So this card also represents strong love. If someone is on your mind constantly and you keep going over past conversations or messages received, this card smiles favorably on the outcome and offers good solutions. Happy reunions or wishing coming true. Visitors may arrive unexpectedly, so stock the fridge and be prepared for a social time. Pleasant surprises await. So this could even be, like I said, this is a general reading, but this could even be someone that you had a falling out with, that you haven't spoken to for a while, and you're reconnecting with, and this could be that partner that was meant to be, like I said, take what resonates, but what's apparent is abundance is coming to you in May, and that's beautiful, right? And so I'm really excited for you. We have miracles and blessings, and then we have, also don't let your past hold you back, and a personal issue reaches a resolution, right? And so like I said, if you've had someone that you've had a falling out with, or that you haven't had to have some time apart, or at a distance with each other, or whatever issues, that it's coming to a resolution, right? And also says don't let your past hold you back. That's also what the Nine of Swords is about too. You know, there's abundance coming to you, so it's important not to let the past hold you back. And so I'll read the Moonology card about the past holding you back. So it says here, it's a Self node. Sorry, I had it here and then I lost it. Here we go. South node is like the North node. It is a karmic point, but is opposite to the North node and relates to the past, perhaps even the past lives. This could be someone that you've known in a past life, which is very common in soulmate connections. Whatever you're going through and whatever you're asking about, there's a chance that the old age programming and conditioning is stopping you from achieving all that you might. Do you feel stuck in something? This card will often come as a sign that the situation or relationship you're asking about has somehow become suffocating, even toxic. It suggests that someone you even need to be released, and if there's some kind of addiction going on or an unhealthy attachment that needs to be sorted out, one thing is for sure, when you get this card, you're being challenged to make some changes, even if staying where you are feels easier and safer. Okay, so it says that additional meanings for this card is your attraction to someone may be verging on obsession, a relationship that possibly could be karmic has played out across many lifetimes. But I do feel that this is a soulmate connection. Could be some karma in between you guys that needs to be sorted out, and that could be that person resolution that's finally coming to an end. And also a lot of times with these divine counterparts, we can often become obsessed, and that also could be, you know, what keeps you entangled as well, you know, trying to run from this messy situation and wind up getting tangled up even more, you know, because you just gotta face it. But you know, this is, like I said, this is a soulmate connection, and so you really gotta work on your self-love though, because I also have here self-indulgence, and then we have ascending. So we have focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. You can see that. There we go, finally focused. And then we have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union. So I mean, wow, this is so obvious that this is a soulmate, you know, and you've been preparing even for this union. We are in the age of Aquarius as well, where this could even be twin flame. A lot of twins are having union as well, because we are in the process of ascending to the new earth. And that's the purpose really of those type of connections. And even if it's a soulmate connection as well, soulmate connections are also meant to ascend us, right? And sometimes they're very triggering, and it's for the right reason. They trigger us so that we can become the best version of ourselves, you know? And we have to go through that fire to really purge ourselves so we can become that phoenix, right? And that's what these connections do for us, and it's actually a really beautiful thing. And so I'm going to also read to you the miracles and blessings, because there's also messages here about gratitude as well. But what this one says here, this one says, miracles and blessing, everything has its gift. You drew this card because there are many miracles happening in your life right now. The angels are asking you to look at how things are. Look again, you'll find your life is filled with miracles and blessings. Reflect on who you are in your journey to this point. Recognize and accept the blessings that have occurred in your life. Situations that were not ideal brought their own gifts and lessons. Your existence began with the spark of a miracle. Continual blessings and miracles continue to show up in the smallest of ways. Be willing to receive these gifts. An ethereal goddess with flowing hair. I'll show you the card actually so you can see what they're talking about here. It says an ethereal goddess with flowing hair reaches to catch a leaf in her various leaves floating near her grasp. Hair can represent thoughts or reasoning. Check in with your self-talk and beliefs. Are you open to a miracle? Be ready for the unexpected, right? So
So stop running from the fire and prepared for the unexpected, because it's not going to be the disastrous fire that you're afraid of. It's this time around, even if it wasn't messy before with this person, this time around it's not going to be, don't let your past hold you back. Because I guess this is a general reading, but it really does feel like this is someone you've known before and you may have had issues with before. And even if you have issues in the past with someone else, don't reflect that energy onto this new person. So like I said, it can go either way. Take what resonates. But the main thing is that abundance is really coming your way. And don't be scared. So we have some messages from your angels now. So we have here Guardian Angel. So it says trust. All unfold in perfect timing. You are one with the divine will. Focus only on love, and all you truly desire will manifest at the most perfect moment. Be patient. I, your guardian angel, am watching over you. So that's quite sweet. So your guardian angel is watching over you, helping you with this connection. We have Jewel. Every event in life presents us with a new opportunity to experience even greater love. There's a jewel to be found within every teardrop. Trust. We, your angels, are guiding the current events. This is a time in which you and those close to you will emerge, strengthened by ever greater bonds of love. Trust. There is nothing to fear. There is only love. So saying that there's nothing to fear, and your angels are confirming that. And also, like I was saying, through your hardships, through your tears, it's all to help you grow into a stronger person and to teach you the lessons that you need to become the best version of yourself. And we have gratitude. I was talking about that earlier. Thank you. This is a heartfelt thanks to you from someone you recently helped in some way. I, your guardian angel, also wish to thank you for the unconditional love you emanate to the earth, humanity, and those around you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are eternally blessed. May peace, grace, and love forever guide you along your sacred path. So your angels are really thanking you for all the good that you've done in the past. And that's a very beautiful energy to come from anyway, is the energy of gratitude. Because when you come from a place of gratitude, the energy will bring you more. So I use this scenario a lot, but it's like the whole ideal of receiving a glass and seeing it as half full versus half empty. If you see a glass as half full and you're so grateful, it's like, wow, look at this full glass that I have. I'm so grateful. The universe will bring you more abundance because you're coming from that high vibrational energy. But if you come from a place of lack and be like, what is this? This glass is only half full. Then the universe is going to bring more of lack. That's how it works. Like attracts like. And so it's very important to come from a place of gratitude. Not only are your angels thanking you, showing their gratitude, but follow their lead and also be grateful as well, because it's only going to lead you to more success and abundance. And then finally we'll look at your door of opportunity in May. We have a cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly, then you have arrived. So live deliberately and choose boldly. So again, stop running, trying to escape when things get too heated. We have, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So yeah, this reading has really been emphasizing how there's gifts and blessings that have come about from the heartaches and the turmoil that you've received in the past. It all was to help you get stronger. It all was to strengthen you. It was all for you to gain wisdom. Wisdom's earned, right? I can preach and tell you all I want, but in reality, you really got to face it yourself to really completely understand it. That's the reason why I am able to do these type of readings, because I've been through hell and back myself. I speak from experience, and especially me as a life path 11, as the healer, right? I have to go through the pain, heal myself, and then learn to heal others. And it's the same for you. A lot of you guys may actually be healers yourselves, and you're definitely light workers. That's clear to me. You're definitely
ones that have come here to help elevate the earth to its proper vibration. And so, you know, in order for us to shine the light onto others and to guide people to the light, we have to know how to guide ourselves to the darkness first. And so that's all the lessons that you've learned, and your angels want you to know that, you know, that nothing has been wasted. Everything has a divine purpose. So pile 4, this is your reading. I hope that it's really brought some clarity to you. If it resonated with you, please help out my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. I love you, and I wish you the best. Take care.